A lot of you are still struggling in a job search. Some of you are struggling just because y'all don't know if y'all even qualified to do the job. And so that made me start thinking about when I took the next jump in my career. And so I thought it'd be the perfect time to do an impromptu story time video on applying to jobs and why you are qualified to do the role. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of the Textual Talk Podcast, where I'm your host, HD. For those of you that don't know, I'm a cybersecurity career professional. I'm a career mentor, a career coach, and I also like to make content. I like to help y'all out. I like to talk to y'all. If you're still on the video with me right now, you know what to do. Hit thumbs up, hit the like button, so you can be notified when I'm dropping content. And if I am putting this on audio, y'all please leave us a review. It really helps us out a lot. Also, please, if you guys have noticed, I've been putting out some high quality content when I go record my in-person interviews. And look, it's pricey, but I know with you guys' support, we can continue to do bigger and better things with the platform. So if you feel like helping out the channel, please join the Patreon. Any tier you join can really help. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And also, if you watching, leave a comment, man. Like button. I promise you, it don't cost you nothing to do all that. Now, I know y'all waiting for me to get into the episode, so let's do it. So, a lot of you are familiar with my career journey, where I started out from help desk and then moved to Dallas and finally got into security, and then I started doing these different things. And so I just started thinking about when I left security operations and went into incident management at the financial company, at Goldman Sachs to be exact. And some of the things sometimes that your mind, it's like this is the thing that you got to keep it sharp. That role was probably like the biggest jump in salary I had ever seen. So a lot of times when you go from making a lower salary to seeing a salary that you probably really can't believe you're getting paid, you kind of talk yourself out of like saying, I don't know if I'm able to do that. I shouldn't, like, am I really qualified? So I'm going to talk about how I even got that role, because I didn't apply to it. And this will let you know why you are qualified to do stuff. I think it's mid 2021. Recruiter reaches out to me on my LinkedIn, asks me if I'm interested in opportunities. Listen, you ain't got to watch none of this in the video. I just want to let you know, always be open to opportunities. You never know what'll happen. Something good can always happen. And I say, yeah. So we start talking, they tell me about the role. And this role, incident management, is really different from everything I've done. So technically, do I got the skill set to do it? Yes. But some companies may want a person who's been an incident commander before to go and be an incident management for them. But needless to say, we go through everything, and then I start getting to the interviews, and I'm killing it. I'm very confident, and I think, and here's the thing, guys. Even though this role was different, it was more of a non-technical role. But in my answers, a lot of times, I bought that technical experience that could bridge the gap sometimes on why you need to do certain things when it comes to an investigation. And I think I talked about this before, but I went through the process. It was a long process, and I got the offer. And I beat out like 19 or 20 other people for the position. So that in itself was a win, because like I said, I'm going from something to be different. I forgot what I was getting paid. I think I was getting like a base of 105 at the time or something, to now going to, I think, a base of like 135 or something like that. It's like 130, 135, and not including my bonus that I had got the next year. So my total comp was going from like 110 to like 160. So that's a big jump, especially when you're not used to really getting bonuses like that. And so like going through that process helped me out. And as I am always looking to do different things in my career, I started thinking about, like, you know what? Why are you scared to apply to that job when 3 years ago, you didn't have the experience to do that, and look how good you did that, and look at you did in the interview process. Sometimes you just need a shot to get in there and show what you got. So some of you may be feeling the same way, like you may have 4 years experience and the job's asking for 8 years experience. Apply anyway. Worst thing they can tell you is no. The best thing they can tell you is yes. You'll find out, and most of us know this has been in corporate America, you work with some people who've been in that role for a long time who really not good at that job. Timing and opportunity put them in that job, and that's how they got it. And honestly, that's a lot of the job search process. When I'm talking to clients and I'm telling them, hey, we're doing this and we're just chopping at the tree. We're chopping at the tree because sometimes it's timing and opportunity. Sometimes it's not the right time for you, and you got to go through some things before you can get that role. And then sometimes the opportunity just comes like this, and it works for you. That's why there is, even the ways I tell you to get into cybersecurity, it's not the only way to get into cybersecurity. There are other different ways. So that's why I will never just say, hey, this is the only way to do it. I'll never tell you that. So all I'm trying to say is that when you're going through this job search and all these different things like that, it can be rough, but you gotta stay the course. Now, some of you guys' issue may be now, because the recruiter reached out to me. Matter of fact, y'all know I'm the king of receipts. One sec. So look at this say. I told you it's like the middle of the year. So he reached out to me. Now let's get into another part of this episode that can help you out. If you are not being reached out to by recruiters, that means for the jobs that you want, that means your LinkedIn and your skills are not what they need to be on your profile. And you very well may have the skills. Some of the things I go through the consultation is looking at your skills, looking at what you post, looking at what's in your headline so you can be more searchable. And also right now, if you do need help with that, book a consultation. The link is in the description. I also have a course on the way. Just throwing it out there too, because I want to help everybody else out. And that's, like, I can tell you, I like helping people out. The consultations do kind of get exhausting sometimes because it's kind of like I'm answering the same questions. But at the end of the day, if it puts you one step closer to your goal, I'm with it. But so that's one of the bigger things. I see people like, why ain't getting no hits or this or that? And then we start looking at the LinkedIn and we start looking at what their job description say. We start looking at the resume. Cause like, mind you, he hadn't seen my resume before that. And that message, after they sent that message I showed you, and I briefly showed it to you, I didn't really just show you. I said, hey, I'll have the updated resume to you sometime, well, by the end of the day in a couple of days. So we gonna also say the role that you're looking for may not have found you yet. And I gotta go back to this phrase. I made this video in 2020 talking about 100 jobs told me no. Sometimes the job you want ain't the one you need. And as Devon Dudley said, oh my brother, testify. I'm having a lot of fun with this video today, guys. As you can see, I got this, you can't see it, but it's an Outcast shirt. The job search process ebbs and flows. We are in Q2 now. I think by the end of Q2 and Q3, we'll see another surge. That message came to me. That was pretty much in Q3 of 2021. No. Actually, no, it was actually in a Q2. And I ended up starting, I think, in November. Like, that was a long job process and all the other stuff that I had to do. If you're still struggling in the job search process, it's a day-by-day thing. Take the small wins. If typically you aren't getting at least screenings from recruiters, and now you fix your resume and you're getting screenings, but you don't move no forward, take the win. You're much better than you were a week or a day ago. Now let's go further. Now you're getting the screenings and you're making it to the final rounds. Hey, some people not getting callbacks at all. So it's all about perspective and how you view it. Now the key is, how do I go from going to those final rounds to getting that offer? And sometimes there's no magic solution. Sometimes the company just wants who they want. And then sometimes maybe you didn't execute on all the things that they wanted to hear. We can always work on that. Right now, shout out to one of my clients. He's made it to the final round in the interview process of a company that I was interviewing with years ago. And I'm happy because you know what? We prepared for this. We worked on this through interview. So guys, when you come to work with me, and I've been bringing it up again, chopping at the tree, it's no time limit for like more so the coaching. I'm trying to help you land something. I'm only going to help you though as much as you're going to help yourself. This client has been putting in a lot of work. This client has constantly been getting better at the technical skills they didn't have, the interview skills, their networking skills. They're doing everything, and we can put that all together. It's like boxing. I always say, if you get with the right coach and they show you how to focus on what you know and learn some things that you didn't know, you'll do a little better. And that's what we're working on. So now we're working on bringing that thing on home. Or if we don't bring it home, we're going to put our best foot forward to where maybe we're applicant B, maybe applicant A rescinds and we get the call, the next man up. That's what we're working on here. But just to recap everything for you real quick, guys, is sometimes you may not ever think you're ready, and you just got to take that step for yourself. Opportunities may come your way that you may not be comfortable with. Uncomfortable moments make us our strongest. When our backs are against the wall, that's when we grow. When you're in the when you're in the gym and you're breaking your muscles down, that's when they are growing, when they're recovering. You only get growth by being uncomfortable. So I'm saying you may have to be uncomfortable with your job search and some of these jobs in order to get that next step of career growth that you're looking for. You also may be a person who has not been getting responded to because you may be too qualified for some of the roles you're applying to, and you're scared to apply to the upper echelon of roles. Everything is relative. Let's have a talk. If you enjoyed this video, please share it out. Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I missed on anything or be right here. But like I said, appreciate you. Like the video. Check out the Textual Talk podcast playlist because there ain't nothing but some heat on there. And until next time, let's stay textual and we out. Peace.